It's 10 p.m. You close your laptop. Your eyes are burning from the screen. You know you need to sleep. You know you have to wake up early for that project, that workout, that thing you swore you would do. Your brain says, okay, bedtime. But then that other voice whispers, just 5 minutes, just one video to wind down. And suddenly, boom, it's 1:30 a.m. You're 47 minutes deep into a YouTube spiral about why pigeons bob their heads when they walk. You've eaten some cold pizza, you're scrolling through comments from strangers. The next morning, the alarm feels like an attack. You wake up fogged, hit the snooze button 3 times, and whisper the same lie you always do. I'll be productive tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. Sound familiar? So you search online, desperate for a fix, and every guru tells you the same useless stuff. Just be more motivated. Wake up at 5 a.m. It's easy. Try this 100-step planner and color code your life. You try it for a day. It feels like torture. You fail, and you're right back to square one, feeling even more lazy, more broken, and more guilty than before. But here's the truth. You are not lazy. Your brain isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do: avoid pain and seek pleasure. The problem isn't your willpower. The problem is your chemistry. Your brain is a comfort junkie, and in the modern world, it has been hijacked. The non-stop scrolling, the infinite notifications, the 10-second videos, the sugary food, it has burned out your reward system. Your brain is so overstimulated that it says, nope, let's chill, to anything that's actually hard. Discipline doesn't feel hard. It feels impossible. But what if I told you there's a way to reset this system? A way to rewire your brain so that the hard things, the workout, the studying, the deep work, actually start to feel good. This isn't about motivation. It's not about grinding. This is about biology. It's called a dopamine detox. It's the hard reset that can make your brain fall in love with discipline. And by the end of this video, you will have the 5-step science-backed protocol to stop fighting your brain and finally make it work for you. Step 1. Awareness. Catch the scam. The first step is the one everyone skips, but it's the most critical. You can't fight an enemy you can't see. Right now, you're an addict, but you don't even know it. You think you choose to pick up your phone. You don't. It's autopilot. It's an unconscious twitch. You reach for your phone 150 times a day, not for a reason, but from a compulsion. Your first job is surveillance. You must make the invisible visible. You have to catch your brain in the act of pulling its scam. Here's the deep science. Your brain runs on a cue-reward loop. It's managed by a primitive part of your brain called the basal ganglia. Here's how the loop works. The cue. You hear a ding or feel a vibration, or just a microsecond of boredom. The craving. Your brain anticipates a reward. Ooh, maybe that's a like, maybe a funny video. This anticipation releases dopamine before you even touch the phone. The response. You pick up the phone, you scroll. The reward. You get the hit, a tiny unsatisfying microdose of pleasure, and the loop repeats again and again until your brain is just a raw, exposed nerve begging for its next hit. So, how do you break it? You start by simply noticing. The moment you catch yourself thinking, let's just check Instagram first, you pause and you say, nice try, brain. I see what you're doing. Neuroscience shows that just naming your mental patterns, saying this is avoidance or this is a dopamine craving, activates the prefrontal cortex. That's the logical CEO part of your brain. It takes power away from the emotional, reactive part. Here's your action hack. The surveillance log. For the next 48 hours, every time you unlock your phone, just pause for 1 second and ask yourself, why? That's it. You don't have to stop yourself. You can still scroll, but you must observe the why. Am I bored? Am I anxious? Am I avoiding that hard task? The simple act of observing will break the unconscious pattern. You'll go from being the addict to being the scientist. Step 2. The hard reset. Starve the receptors. You've seen the scam. But here's the next problem. Your brain's pleasure receptors are blunted. They're worn out. Think of it like this. If you listen to blaring loud music 24/7, what happens? You go deaf. You need to turn the volume up louder and louder just to hear anything. That's what's happening in your brain. Your brain is so flooded with cheap, easy dopamine from scrolling, from junk food, from non-stop entertainment that your receptors have shut down. A beautiful sunset? Boring. Reading a book? Too slow. A quiet walk? Pointless. So we have to force a hard reset. We have to go cold turkey. We have to intentionally be bored. Here's the deep science. It's called dopamine homeostasis, your body's need for balance. When your brain is constantly flooded with high dopamine junk food, it panics. It thinks, this is too much. I can't handle this level of stimulation. So, to protect itself, it starts to downregulate your D2 receptors. Your brain literally removes the docks that dopamine plugs into. The result? You feel numb, you feel foggy, and you need more stimulation just to feel a little bit of pleasure. A dopamine detox is how we reverse it. When you starve your brain of all that high-stimulation junk, it panics in the other direction. It thinks, where did all the stimulation go? So it starts to upregulate your receptors. It frantically builds new docks for dopamine to land on. It makes your entire system more sensitive. After a true detox, that boring walk outside feels incredible. That slow book is suddenly fascinating. You've reset the volume. You're no longer deaf. Here's your action hack. 24-hour monk mode. Schedule a single 24-hour day, just one, and on this day, you are going monk mode. This means no social media, no YouTube, Netflix, or video games, no junk food or sugary drinks, no music or podcasts. But what do? Here's your monk mode menu. Read a physical book, go for a long walk without your phone, write in a journal by hand, meditate, or just sit and stare at a wall. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, you will feel restless and itchy. That's the withdrawal. That's the proof that the reset is working. Step 3. The reintroduction. Flow, don't fight. You've survived monk mode. You let your receptors heal. But here's the trap everyone falls into. The detox is temporary. And the second it's over, most people go on an epic binge, undoing all the hard work. Why? Because they think the goal is to eliminate dopamine. It's not. Dopamine isn't your enemy. It's your fuel. The goal isn't to stop dopamine. The goal is to redirect it. You have to swap cheap dopamine for earned dopamine. What's the difference? Cheap dopamine is consumption, scrolling, binging, gaming, junk food. It requires zero effort and gives you an instant massive hit. Earned dopamine is creation, finishing a workout, completing a project, learning a new skill. It takes effort first, and then it gives you a milder, more stable reward. Right now, your brain is like a spoiled child. It wants the candy now. Our job is to teach it to love the vegetables. Here's the deep science. You need to understand tonic versus phasic dopamine. Phasic dopamine is the spike, a huge, short-lived burst when you get an unexpected reward. That ding from your phone, that's a phasic spike. The problem? These big spikes lower your baseline level of dopamine. Tonic dopamine is your baseline. It's the steady-state level of dopamine that's always in your system. This baseline controls your mood, your motivation, and your overall sense of well-being. Here's the scam. Cheap, phasic spikes destroy your tonic baseline. Every time you get that hit from Instagram, your baseline drops. So when you stop scrolling, you feel anxious, irritable, and depressed. You're in a dopamine trough. Earned dopamine does the opposite. When you finish a hard workout, you also get a dopamine spike. But because you had to work for it, your brain raises your tonic baseline. Hard work biologically raises your baseline level of motivation. Here's your action hack, the gateway task rule. Your brain sees big tasks as a threat. Write a 10-page essay looks like danger. So your brain says, nope, let's chill. We have to be sneaky. Make the first step ridiculously easy. Instead of, I must finish this massive project, you say, I'll just start for 10 minutes. Want to work out? Don't. Just put on gym shoes. Want to write? Don't. Just open the document. Once you start, that earned dopamine begins to flow, which builds momentum. The 10-minute task becomes 20, then 30. You're flowing with the river, not fighting it. Step 4. Practice stillness. Sharpen the blade. You've reset your receptors, you're redirecting your fuel, but the moment you have 30 seconds of downtime in an elevator, in line for coffee, your brain screams for a hit. It's terrified of boredom. Imagine trying to cut wood with a chainsaw while it's shaking violently. That's your brain. It's so overloaded with noise that it can't focus on anything for more than 10 seconds. So now we have to sharpen the blade. Here's the deep science. This is all about the default mode network, DMN. Your brain has two main modes. Task mode, what you use when you're actively focused on something. Default mode, DMN, your brain's background processing. It turns on when you're not actively focused on the outside world. When you're bored, showering, walking, just sitting, your DMN activates. It's the aha network. It sifts through memories, connects ideas, and solves problems in the background. Here's the problem. Constant stimulation prevents your DMN from ever turning on. By scrolling every second you're bored, you are robbing your brain of its only time to think, to process, and to be creative. Meditation and stillness lower cortisol, increase alpha brain waves linked to creative calm, and train your prefrontal cortex to tell the screaming monkey to sit down and be quiet. Here's your action hack, the 10-minute stillness timer. Set a 10-minute timer, and for those 10 minutes, you will just exist. No phone, no music, no podcast, no work. Just sit quietly and breathe. Yes, within 30 seconds, your brain will scream at you. It will throw a fit. Good, that's the point. Every time your mind wanders and you gently bring it back, you are doing one rep. You are strengthening your focus. Step 5. The architecture. Trust the bloom. This isn't a 7-day challenge. This is a lifestyle. You are not doing a detox. You are building a new identity. You are becoming a person who doesn't need cheap distractions. Here's the deep science. Your brain is not fixed. It is moldable clay. The habits you repeat are physically sculpting your brain every single second. Right now, your cheap dopamine pathway is a 12-lane superhighway. It's easy, it's fast. Your hard work pathway is a muddy, overgrown dirt trail. Every time you choose the easy path, every time you scroll instead of work, you are paving that highway. But the reverse is also true. Every time you choose the hard task, you are clearing that jungle path. You are laying down gravel. With enough repetition, your brain strengthens that pathway through myelination, making it faster and more automatic. This is the goal. You are physically building a new brain where discipline becomes the path of least resistance. Here's your action hack. Create your dopamine menu. Take out a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. On the left side, write junk food. This is all your cheap dopamine. Scrolling social media, video games, junk food, binging Netflix. On the right side, write healthy food. This is your earned dopamine. Exercise, reading, learning a skill, meditating, deep work. Your goal, end every day with a 3-to-1 ratio of healthy food to junk food. You want to watch an hour of YouTube? Fine, but you have to pay for it with 3 hours of deep work, exercise, and reading first. This dopamine menu turns your life from a reactive, chaotic mess into an intentional plan. So, let's recap the mission. Here is your 5-step protocol. 1. Catch the scam. You're a scientist, not an addict. Observe the cue reward loop and make the invisible visible. 2. Starve the receptors. Use monk mode to force a hard reset, making your brain sensitive to healthy pleasure again. 3. Flow, don't fight. Swap cheap passive dopamine for earned active dopamine. Use the gateway task rule to make hard things easy to start. 4. Practice stillness. Use the 10-minute timer to sharpen your focus. Boredom is not the enemy. It's the gateway to creativity. 5. Trust the bloom. Build your dopamine menu. You are an architect sculpting a new brain, one that loves the hard things. Look, you are not lazy. You were never broken. You were just overstimulated. From this moment on, you're not a consumer of cheap dopamine anymore. You're not a victim of the algorithm. You are an architect of your own focus. You're not just doing a detox. You are building a brain that loves hard things. A brain where discipline isn't a struggle, it's the automatic choice. So, I want you to commit. Right now, drop a comment below with the one junk food app or activity you are going to cut out or reduce for the next 24 hours. Is it Instagram? Is it Netflix? Is it the endless YouTube spiral? Declare it. Make it real. I read every single comment. If you want more hacks to upgrade your human software, smash that subscribe button. And remember, don't just do hard things. Build a brain that loves them. Rewire your focus. Live legendary.